Have you ever wondered what truly happens when a man grows older and lives without a woman by his side? Is it freedom, loneliness, strength, or something in between? Let me tell you the story of two men, Charles and Henry. Both were in their early 70s. Charles had lived most of his later years alone after his wife passed away, while Henry had remarried and shared his home with a partner. At first glance, their lives looked very different, but what was most interesting was not just whether they had a partner, it was how their choices shaped their health, happiness, and longevity. Today, we're going to uncover 5 surprising realities for older men living without a woman. Some of these may shock you, some may sound familiar, and some may open your eyes to changes you can make right now. And here's how I want you to join in. As I go through these 5 realities, I want you to choose the one that feels closest to your own life. At the end, write the number in the comments. If number 2 feels real to you, type 2. If number 4 matches your experience, write 4. Let's see which of these realities connects with the most people. Are you ready? Let's begin. Reality number 1. The silent health risks of living alone. When Henry went to his doctor, his blood pressure, weight, and blood sugar were regularly checked because his wife reminded him of every appointment. Charles, however, often skipped checkups, not because he didn't care, but because no one nudged him. This is one of the first realities of living without a woman in later life. Health routines can slip through the cracks. Research shows that married men or men with partners are more likely to attend medical appointments, take medications as prescribed, and eat balanced meals. Single men often delay visits or tough it out until problems grow larger. But here's the good news. Awareness changes everything. Charles eventually built a routine. He kept a small notebook by his chair and wrote down reminders. He even asked his daughter to call once a month to check if he had scheduled his appointments. The tip is clear. If you live alone, create systems, set alarms, write reminders, or ask a trusted friend or family member to keep you accountable. Don't leave your health to chance. If this sounds like you, write 1 in the comments. Reality number 2. The nutrition gap. Henry ate balanced meals because his wife enjoyed cooking with fresh vegetables, fish, and whole grains. Charles, on the other hand, often relied on canned soup, frozen dinners, or skipped meals altogether. Living without a woman sometimes means meals become simple, repetitive, and less nutritious. Studies show that older men who live alone are more likely to suffer from malnutrition, not because of poverty, but because of neglect. Cooking for one doesn't always feel exciting, but nutrition is the fuel of longevity. Omega-3 fatty acids protect the brain, leafy greens strengthen the heart, and protein preserves muscle. Charles eventually learned to batch cook on Sundays, making a pot of vegetable stew, roasting chicken, and portioning meals into containers. Suddenly, his energy returned, and his doctor noticed improvements in his lab results. The tip here is simple. Prioritize nutrition, even if you cook for one. A colorful plate equals a healthier body. If this reality sounds familiar, write 2 below. Reality number 3. The weight of loneliness. Here's the truth many men don't say out loud. Living without a woman often comes with loneliness. The house feels quiet, meals are eaten in silence, and conversations become rare. Charles felt this deeply. At first, he told himself he enjoyed the peace, but over time, the silence became heavy. Loneliness isn't just an emotional burden, it's a health risk. Studies link chronic loneliness to higher risks of heart disease, dementia, and even early death. The body responds to loneliness as if it were chronic stress. Henry, in contrast, shared daily laughter and conversation, which acted like medicine for his mind. But Charles eventually found a way. He joined a walking group in his neighborhood. He started volunteering at the library, reading to children.
Suddenly, his days were filled with purpose, and the loneliness lifted. The tip is this: if you live alone, don't let isolation take over. Join groups, volunteer, or pick up hobbies that connect you with others. Human connection is as important as food and exercise. If you've ever felt this weight of loneliness, write 3 below. Reality number 4, the mental load of independence. When Henry's sink leaked, his wife reminded him to call a plumber. When his prescription ran low, she noticed the empty bottles. Charles, living alone, had to manage everything himself. Bills, repairs, health decisions, it was all on his shoulders. This independence can feel empowering, but it can also be overwhelming. Many older men who live without women experience stress and fatigue not from physical illness, but from the mental load of running a household alone. The key is not to try to do everything at once. Charles learned to make lists. Monday was for bills. Wednesday was for groceries. Saturday was for cleaning. He also learned to ask for help from neighbors, from his grandchildren, even from online delivery services. The tip is this: independence is strength, but asking for help is wisdom. Create routines, break tasks into smaller steps, and lean on your community. If this sounds like your life, write 4 in the comments. Reality number 5, the hidden power of self-discovery. This last reality may surprise you. Living without a woman, though challenging, can also be liberating. Charles, after years of grieving and adjusting, discovered something new. He had time to rediscover himself. He started painting again, a hobby he had abandoned decades earlier. He learned how to cook meals that made him proud. He even traveled with a group of seniors to Italy, something he never thought he'd do. While Henry found joy in partnership, Charles found growth in solitude. Both paths were valid. Both brought meaning. Living without a woman doesn't always mean living without joy. It can be a season of self-discovery, personal growth, and even unexpected happiness, if approached with openness.
The tip is this: don't just survive, thrive. Use solitude as a chance to explore passions, create new routines, and design a life that excites you. If this inspires you, type 5 below. Putting it all together, let's review the 5 surprising realities for older men living without a woman. 1. The silent health risks of living alone. 2. The nutrition gap. 3. The weight of loneliness. 4. The mental load of independence. 5. The hidden power of self-discovery. Charles and Henry remind us that aging is not one size fits all. One had the daily support of a partner, the other learned to build resilience alone. Both lives had challenges, both had opportunities. The truth is this: living without a woman can bring difficulties, but it also holds potential for growth. What matters most is not the situation, but how you respond to it. Will you let health slip away, or will you take control? Will you drown in silence, or will you seek connection? Will you fear independence, or will you see it as freedom? The choice, ultimately, is yours. Final thought and call to action. Now I want to hear from you. Out of these 5 realities, which one speaks to you the most? If number 1 sounds like you, type 1. If number 3 feels real, type 3. If number 5 inspired you, type 5. Pick the one that matches your life and write it in the comments. Let's see which reality is the most common among us. And if you found even one of these insights helpful, consider subscribing for more stories and practical tips about healthy aging, longevity, and living with joy after 50. Because remember this: aging without a partner doesn't mean aging without meaning. It doesn't mean aging without strength.
It simply means building a new chapter, one that's yours to write. So whether you live with someone or live alone, never forget, your health, your happiness, and your future are still in your hands.